So guys, if you thought the chicken curry was easy, guess what? The pineapple curry is even easier. Really, the only work you have to do in this one is cutting up the pineapple itself. I wouldn't recommend a tin pineapple. Go for the real thing. The extra ingredients that I picked from my box for this, apart from the three I had before, the coconut oil, the coconut milk, and the cinnamon, is cloves. And this is really going to be a distinct flavor in this dish. Clove works amazingly well with pineapple. Again, that's from Target. And then we have, from the same company that did the coconut oil, we have coconut sugar. This is from Ceylon Export and Trading Company. And it's a little bit different to cane sugar, and it has a little more depth and interest. So that's why I'm very excited to see how this works in the pineapple curry. So let's get started. Chop this up. Make sure your knife's sharp enough. And as promised, the hard bit is done. And now we cube this up. And the great thing is we don't have to throw out the core, because we're going to cook it and it's going to soften, so we can keep everything here. And like centimeter sized chunks would do it. Also remember that it's going to cook down a bit with the heat as well. And immediately, you know what? I'm going to add this straight to the pan. And if a whole pineapple is too much for the amount of curry you want to make, you can always just eat it on its own. So I see no reason why not to get a whole pineapple to make this. Now all we're going to do is turn on our stove. Like I said, just start dumping the spices I told you about. So a handful of cloves, about 5, 6 should do the trick. We'll go in with cinnamon and salt, good heaped teaspoon, turmeric. And you're going to start seeing a pattern with the spices and the combination of spices that we use. It tends to be pretty standard in Sri Lankan cooking. It's just omitting one or adding one here or there, but for the most part you'll get all your base ingredients going into almost every curry. We're going to use the roasted curry powder here as well. And we are going to add, the sugar, as I said. Think about a good maybe about 2 tablespoons worth of sugar. And a little bit of oil on the side so that things don't stick to the pan. Nice, and we're going to add our garlic and ginger as well. And it's a little interesting that I didn't add it at the start, because I think it tastes a bit different depending on the time you add it. And for this dish, I think it going in last, the garlic and the ginger makes a difference. Think about pretty generous amount, about 3-4 cloves. And we could even go a little bit heavy on the curry powder. You want the curry taste to really come through. And the ginger. And we could add a few curry leaves as well, for good measure. If you add curry leaves into any curry, it almost instantly tastes Sri Lankan. So that's a little hack if you're trying to impress your friends. And there you go. So curry leaves, if you have coconut milk and the garlic and the ginger, for the most part, you've got your Sri Lankan flavor profile going. And now when the pineapple starts to soften, I'm going to go in with the coconut milk. A little bit heavier on this than with the chicken curry. Good. Half cup maybe. We could add a little bit of water too, though. I wasn't thinking I was going to, but we're going to reduce it, so add a little bit more liquid to soften the pineapple. As always, close and let it simmer. We'll give it about 10 minutes. Actually, I forgot to add one of my favorite spices, so I'm gonna quickly do that now. Cardamom. And I'm gonna go with about 5-6 cloves and open the pods up so that it can really impart its flavor. One of my all-time favorites. And there you have it. And I'm also gonna add a little dash of mustard seeds. Give it a mix. And let it cook down. We'll reset it and do another 10 minutes. This is looking good, but we want the gravy to thicken just a little tad bit. So we're gonna let this go on for just a couple minutes longer. We're almost there though. And this is basically done. We'll switch off the stove, get our bowl. Tell me that wasn't easy. Also, the amazing thing about this dish is, although it's a very tropical tasting concoction, it will pair really well with if you have roast ham or any kind of pork dish. It would also pair beautifully well. So it doesn't have to be with a Sri Lankan spread. You can make this work with what you have in Germany as well.